Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you just compare this lab with the previous version, you can simply notice that all the task and whole lab is recreated. Okay, one more thing guys, if you have work on the git on real-time environment, so I will request you can just speed up the video to 1.25 or 1.5. But those who haven't worked on the git on real time, I request you please watch the video carefully, because I am going to explain you each and every step in details, because this lab is very confusing and you might get confused because you don't have the hands-on experience on the git. So first of all, just log in with your credentials and activate your cloud shell. Okay, it will take a couple of seconds, so just wait for that. Now let me just increase the text size for you. Okay, now just simply come on the task number 1, copy this first command and run, and click on authorize. Okay, it's done. Now copy the second command, just wait for this command get executed. So it's done. Now run the second command. It will take couple of seconds, so just wait for that. And here we have to just copy from this git to here. As you can see, let me just increase for you. So as you can see, like this. Okay, so just copy like this and paste. Now for the email ID, just copy this username and paste. Make sure there is one extra space and just run. Now here again copy the same thing, copy that, paste, and for the username just type student, and you are done with that. Now here for the point number 4 and point number 5, I created the command for you, but before that we have to just export some values. Why I make these changes? Because in future they might update the lab again, and every time when you start the lab, the cluster name and you can say repository name might be changed. So I'm thinking about that, and that's why I make all these changes. Okay, so what we have to do, first of all, just copy this project ID and make the changes over here, and make sure of one thing, there is no extra space over here when you export the thing. Now we have to just copy the cluster names, just copy this cluster name, come over here and paste. For the zone, copy this zone. Okay, and make the changes over here. And for the region, just paste the zone and just remove that dash and a, like this. And for the repository, just copy this name called my repository, copy that and make the changes over here. Now copy all this thing. And one more thing guys, I already configure the command in that way. Here you can see in this command there is no extra space, but there is a one space and then there are the command. So you have to run the command in that way. For example, all this command you can run at a time. Okay, but you can't run all this command at a time. Okay, so that's the reason why I give this extra space. Okay, so now just copy this command and run. Just wait for this command get executed, then copy this command. Okay, copy this command and just wait for this command to get executed. It will take a couple of seconds and it will be done. Okay, so it's done. Now run this command, and now this command will going to take couple of minutes, so please be patient. And one more thing, make sure your laptop will not go for a sleep, otherwise it will be the cloud shell will be disconnect and you will face the issue on the next task. So please make sure of that thing. So just wait for now. So it's finally done. Now just go to your document, copy this first command and run. Okay, now copy the second command and run. Okay, now here is one catch. Okay, let me just show you. If you just click on check my progress, you can see please create a dev, or sometime you can see the please create a production namespace on the cluster. Now for me I'm getting like this kind of error. So if I just run this command, okay, this namespace command again, I'm getting error from error like namespace dev is already exists. So why I'm getting this kind of error? Because labs take couple of minutes to update a score. So for me it's done in just few seconds, but for you it might take like 1 to 2 minutes to update a score. So do not worry about that thing. Okay, now for the task number 2, just go to your document, copy this first command, and again I am saying the reason is behind giving the space is that you have to run one command at a time. So just copy that command and run, then copy this command and just wait for this command to get executed. So it's done. Now run the second command, then copy this two commands, and here you can see there is no extra space, so we have to run all these two commands at a time. So just copy that and run. Now copy all these 5 commands and run. Now just wait for a couple of seconds and it will be done. Meanwhile, copy this last command of task number 2, copy this and run, and you are done with the task number 2. Just wait for 2 command gets executed properly. So it's done. Now if you just check the score for the task number 2, you will get the score without any issue. Okay, now for the task number 3, we have to do all the things manually. So just simply search for the trigger, open this thing, cloud build trigger in open a new tab, and here please pay attention guys, we have to create 2 triggers. Of one is production deploy and second one is the development deploy. So just copy this production deploy trigger name. First of all, copy this thing carefully, do not copy any extra space. Click on this create trigger, click on this. Okay, now this thing is production, so click on this repository, and for the branch it must be master. So it's already chosen for me. If it's not, just copy this thing. Okay, copy that and paste over here like this. If like this, you will get the option to choose master, and no need to make any other changes because it's production deploy. So simply click on create. Now we have to create one trigger for development deploy. So just copy this thing carefully. Okay, copy that, click on this create trigger, again paste the name, and from here choose the repository sample app, and for the branch it must be dev. So just copy this thing. Okay, and here we need to make changes like this, and from here you can choose the branch. Now this thing is production development deploy, so we have to make the changes on the cloud build config file also. So as you can see, this thing is cloud build -dev.yml, and for the production it was cloud build. Okay, so make sure of you must change this thing. Now simply click on create. Okay, it will done in couple of seconds. So it's done. Now simply click on check my progress, and if you are getting any kind of error, so you might mess with this kind of thing. Do not worry about this kind of thing because it take time to update the score. So if you just again click on check my progress, so just wait for a couple of seconds and you are done with the task. So yeah, we are done with the task number 3 also. And now from the task number 4, the lab is very difficult, so I will request you, please watch the video carefully from now. Okay, so simply come over here. Okay, before doing all the changes, what we have to do, go to your notepad, copy this command, these 2 commands. Okay, and make sure do not remove that full stop. Okay, so just copy these 2 commands and run over here. Now it will take a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, click on this open editor, click on this new window, again switch back to your dashboard and click on open terminal. Okay, now from here please pay attention guys, because most of you might get confused while making the changes over here. Okay, so now what we have to do in Cloud Shell, first of all what we have to do, make changes in the cloud build.dev YML file. Okay, so here you can see cloud build.dev.yml file. And one more thing guys, if you are confused like on which directory I am, okay, so just check this path. Okay, let me just increase the text size for you. From here you can see the path, and if you are on the right path then make the changes. Okay, from here you can just compare with my video, with the video, just pause the video and check the path, are you on the right path or not, and make the changes. So for the version you can see, just remove this thing carefully and type v1.0 like this, and make the changes over here also v1.0. okay, so you have make the changes on here. Now what the second point is saying, we have to make the changes on dev deployment. So where is the dev deployment? This, and there you will call file name deployment.yml. so click on that. Now here what we have to choose, we have to make the changes of image. So as you remember, we have run this command, so that is the output of this, and just copy this image carefully. Okay, now go to your editor and make the changes over here like this. Okay, so you are done with this. Now simply save the file like Ctrl S, and you can say Command S. Now just go to your dashboard. Okay, just go to your dashboard and run these 3 commands at a time. Okay, and run it, and you are done with that. Okay, now first of all, now run this command. Okay, now run this command, and then we have to make the changes for the production. So as you can see, we are done with this thing. Okay, now we have to make the changes. All this thing has been done. Now we have to make the changes for the production. So what changes we have to do in cloud build.yml? Okay, so if you just come over here and click on this cloud build.yml, you can see why this thing has happened, because we switch back to master branch. Okay, so again make the changes. For the version it must be v1.0. for here make the same changes, v1.0. now where we are making the changes, in the production. Okay, so click on this production folder and click on this deployment.yml, and from here you can just cross verify the thing, sample, production, and then deployment.yml. now again we have to change the image. From where we will get the image? From this command. So just copy this thing, okay, and make the changes over here like this. Okay, again Ctrl S, or you can say Command S. So you have to make the changes. Go to your document, copy this thing carefully, okay, and paste over here. So we are done with that. The task number 4. If you just simply click on check my progress, you will get a score without any issue. Do not worry about that, it takes time to update a score. So just simply click on check my progress couple of times and you will done with the lab. Okay, so just wait for if you want you can just wait, or you can just move with the task number 5. Okay, let me just click on again one time. Okay, let's move with the task number 5. It will take time to update the score. So now we have to just again switch back to dev branch. So how to switch? Copy this first command, go to your dashboard and run it. Okay, so we have switched back to development branch. Now what changes we have to make? So just copy this thing, go to your student, then click on this main. Okay, now make the changes over here. And again just come over here, copy this thing and make the changes like this. Okay, now second point on cloud build dash dev. So here we have to make the changes. So where is this? This is the thing, so it must be v2. So just make the changes here like this, like this. Okay, now what last change in the dev deployment.yml. So in dev deployment.yml, here what we have to choose, just copy this and it must be v1.0. got it, like this. So you have to make the changes. Now Control S, now we have to just commit this thing. So just copy this command, come over here and run. So we are done with that. Now we have to again switch back to master. So just copy this command and run. Okay, so now we have to make all the changes again as we done in the development. So just again scroll down, you are done with this. Now we are going to second production on the deployment thing. So just copy this thing, click on this main, make the changes over here, then copy this thing and make the changes over here. So we are done with this. Okay, now in the cloud YML, so this thing. Okay, let me just close this thing so that you won't confuse. So click on that, make sure the path of this, and here we have to make this 1 into 2 like this, like this. Okay, so it's done. Now for the production deployment, so this thing is production and this thing is deployment. Click on that. Now here again, as we done in previous step, v1.0. click on Control Save and Command S. Okay, so we are done with that. Now if we just copy this thing and paste over here, you are done with the task number 5 also. Okay, if you just simply click on check my progress, you will get a score without any issue. And do not worry about that, click on check my progress for here also. So as you can see, I got a score. I already told you it takes time to update a score, so do not worry about these things. Now if you just click on check my progress, you will get a score here also. It's just take time to update a score. Please build a second production deployment with the correct configurations. So it's done. So you can now just consider how much time it take to update a score. Okay, so and one more thing, the reason behind that why I didn't continue on the task number 5, because we have to roll back all the production, and if we roll back it, we will never get a score over here. Okay, so now what we have to do, just go to your trigger option, then click on this history option, and here you can see first thing is in status. Now click on this second option. Okay, this second option, click on that and click on this rebuild. It will take a couple of seconds, and after that you are done with this very challenging lab. I like this lab, by the way. It's very informative and knowledgeable lab. So just wait for a couple of seconds and it will be done. And I'm not going to crop anything, or just for here you can see how much time it took me to get a score, because sometimes what happens, people click on 1 to 2 times, click on check my progress, and they didn't get a score, and they just comment down below that I'm getting this kind of error. But the reason is lab take time to update a score because all the things is in updating in background. So that's the reason. So it will be done in couple of seconds, just wait for that. So it's done. Now if you just simply click on check my progress, you will get a score without any issue. Okay, and that's the way. Congratulations guys, you have completed the lab. If you still have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. And if you like my explanation or if you like the video, please give one thumbs up and comment down below it's this helpful for you and helpful for you or not. Thanks for watching. Have a good day guys.